Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to Path to Anandam Gita series. And happy Gita Jayanti week to all of you. Today our session is Inner Harmony to Global Harmony. Through power of balancing 5 elements, health and climate. I am Satya Kalra, your host for Path to Anandam series, and today's session, our Zoom series, and pranam to Hariharji Maharaj, who has motivated me, guided me to study Bhagavad Gita, and not only study Bhagavad Gita, but deliver the message of Bhagavad Gita to as many places as I can. So thank you, Guruji, for coming in our life. And whatever you see on this page is all his guidance, his blessings, and with Lord Krishna's blessings and his blessings, this body is being used for the same purpose. So thank you very much to all of you for joining this morning and getting his blessings from his divine soul. So why Gita Jayanti? What is Gita Jayanti? It is known to be the day of moksha, the liberation, getting out of delusions and making the decisions to do what is necessary according to our prescribed duty. So, Lord Krishna enlightened Arjuna through Song of God, Bhagavad Gita, these holy teachings, through this extraordinary divine dialogue in the form of 700 verses in the Bhagavad Gita, though his verses are for 574, but one verse is Dhritarashtra, 41 are from Sanjay, and 84 are from Arjuna. And it is celebrated all over the world by Hindu and non-Hindus, as we know that nowadays. It is the Guru. To me, this is the Guru which awakens the Guru within. And once we start by reading Bhagavad Gita, studying Bhagavad Gita, all of a sudden our inner Guru opens up. It comes, it gives us, our inner being opens up, and it starts talking to us, giving us all kinds of messages. And it is a question to answer, an answer to question. It's not just the answer, but with that answer, many other questions come in mind. This is all blessing of Bhagavad Gita. And this starts with Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samveta Yuyasva. Mamka Pandavascha Kim Kurvat Sanja. Mamka, the cause of miseries in life, partiality. And that's where the Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra, Kaurav's my children, though he was the head of the family, but he did not treat everyone equally. And the last verse it says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudra, Tatra Shri Vijay Bhutir Dhruva, Nitir Matit Mama. Wherever there is Bhagavad Gita, the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, the practice of Bhagavad Gita, then there is always going to be success. So we don't have to look for Shri anywhere else. We get that self-satisfaction is the most successful virtue in all, according to Bhagavad Gita. Though the secular teachings of Gita applies to today's men with a modern lifestyle and all types of people with different personalities. By practicing the teaching, we can overcome difficulties of daily life, remove pains and miseries from life and doubts and confusions, perform our duty, prescribed duty righteously, and live happily and peaceful in a material world and also attain eternal happiness. So it's not just the material world or the moksha at the end. The journey becomes very enjoyable. And happiness, peace, Chit Ananda, which is the very purpose of life. So Gita is the scripture of the scriptures of the West, North, South. And it belongs to the whole universe. And where Hariharji Maharaj said, and this is my favorite one. What is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the boat that takes us from miseries to Anandam. And Hariharji Maharaj said, Gita is an answer to all those seeking the enlightenment in the various problems of life. And today's session is balancing 5 elements in body and nature in the universe, insights from Bhagavad Gita and modern science. Here you can see the 5 elements. What are 5 elements? What are these tattvas, which are also known as Panch Mahabhutas? Role of elements in body and prakriti. What imbalances elements with, and there is some scientific data along with that. And impact of imbalance in body and universe. Why to balance these 5 tattvas in the body and the nature? And what are the benefits? Why should I put so much effort? What am I going to get out of it? How to release and restore and balance and attain the harmony through that. Practice with daily planner, meditation and Om mantras. So why did I choose this subject? Because it's not my creativity. The subject was given. It is the subject of this year of 9th International Gita Conference in Kurukshetra. And it starts on 5th to 7th December over there. So I will be giving the presentation there. I am also sending the article to them on the same subject. So why 5 elements? Why this subject? We all know that. The earth, water, fire, air, space. They constitute our body and the universe, which is known as Prakriti, material world. And actually, there are verses from Bhagavad Gita, and it relates to it, which I will be relating it later on. But it presents in all living beings. We are made with 5 tattvas. And these 5 tattvas are connected, interconnected. Our mind, body, soul, and the universe. Because universe is made with 5 tattvas. Everything is made in this universe is 5 tattvas. So when these are imbalanced, they affect our physical body, mental well-being, environment, and how it connects I put it here connecting with Bhagavad Gita, chakras, Om mantras, Ayurveda for holistic healing. Because it's not that we balance it just with one way by studying Bhagavad Gita. No, by practicing it, by balancing our other elements in our body through many different means. So what are these 5 chakras? As I said, this is the foundation of our body and Mother Nature, Prakriti. And what are their roles in the body as well as in the universe? So, Earth, जिसे हम पृथ्वी माँ कहते हैं, it governs the structure, stability, bones, tissue, skin. It is all governing these parts of our body. Water, it controls the fluid, the emotions, the blood flow, the lymph, our saliva, all of our liquid flow in the body is controlled by water. Fire, Agni, our digestive power, metabolic energy. Veshva, aham Veshva Naro Bhutva. That's the Veshva Naro Bhutva, only time we can experience when we are connected. Air, respiratory system, circulations, also our thoughts. If we are too upset, we breathe more. और हमारी सांस इतनी जल्दी जल्दी चलती है. Our mind gets disturbed. Our thoughts gets disturbed. Our stability gets disturbed. And the space, consciousness, communication, whatever this communication happened to us through our intuitions, all that, it all connected to the supreme power, the higher self, the supreme consciousness. That's why we always say, Upar wale ka. God, Upar wala, who is Upar wala? This is what we are referring to, the space here. So each element governs a specific physical, emotional, and spiritual aspect of the body and the universe. So Prakriti, this universe, cosmos, made of the same 5 elements as the body. And it's creating the profound connection between us and the Prakriti. We can relate to that, how we are dependent on the air, on water, on the rain, on the light, which is Surya Bhagwanji, which is another form of Agni, Tej. And so the earth, water, fire, air, and all these elements affect our body, mind, soul, ego. And Krishna Bhagwanji says in verse 7 that these are the eightfold nature of mind. These eightfolds, not just the 5 tattvas, but how they affect our ego, how they affect our intelligence, which is a part of us. So we are nothing but made of these 5 elements. So the question comes, what imbalances these 5 elements? Because they're supposed to be balanced in our body. Otherwise, we are disturbed. Like when we feel dehydrated because we don't have enough water. We feel out of breath. We cannot digest our food because our metabolic system is not working. The Agni is not working. So all these elements. So there are external factors, like external environmental changes. If there is too much pollution, how can we breathe properly? The climate change. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's so hot. Poor diet. When we eat is very spicy food, we feel very hot, disturbed. Sometimes we get heartburn at night. Or sometimes when we eat the cold food, like many people drink cold water with dinner and lunch, and it totally disturbs the metabolic system. because we need that Agni, that fire to digest the food. But by drinking the cold drinks, we subsidize, we suppress that power of our metabolic system, lifestyle, our physical activities, stress, poor sleep, irregular routines, and then internal factors, our emotions, especially negative emotions, anger, fear, anxiety, and our past karmas, mental state. And many times we have some issues resolving, which actually we lose sometimes sleep on it. Old baggages, किसी ने क्या किया मेरे साथ, what I did past, we think about the past and we carry those habits. And then health conditions, digestive system, respiratory problems, fluid retention, body may, and then spiritual disconnection. This is a very important for all of us. Lack of alignment with self or nature. We are not connected with ourselves. Then how can we be connected with the Mother Nature? So we have to have that connection within us. So this imbalance leads to physical, mental, and emotional disorders within us and also in the mother, in the Prakriti, in the universe. And what are the impacts of this imbalance on our health and in the universe? It affects our health, mental clarity, emotional stress. Chronic stress affects digestive system, as I mentioned before, immune system, weakens the immune system, cardiovascular systems, and which is linked actually to air and mental health, imbalance the air, water, all this, and we are disturbed. And here, see what happens to us. And what happens in the universe, in the world, in the Mother Nature, Prakriti में क्या होता है? Climate change. Now you can see, we never felt that kind of cold weather in California. And now it seems like we are living in, I don't know, I feel like partially I'm living in Chicago where I used to live. So, and over there is some other, and in summer, the temperature rose to 120 degrees in some places, 110 degrees. Even in 100, we experience 108 degrees here, 10 degrees, 15 degrees in some of the valleys. So it's not just the temperature, but there are many natural disasters. Ecosystem is disturbed. You can see this fire, tornadoes, tsunamis, all these are disasters. You can see all the forms. See how this fires, disasters, tsunami, floods, everywhere. And then here it says cosmic imbalance, social disturbance, and personal disharmony. Now think about it. What happens to this social disturbance and personal disharmony? When the cosmic is imbalance with our karmas, it shows in the different forms. For example, COVID came. Of course, we can blame other countries and other, but it's our karmas which came over there because we do not take care of the Mother Nature. We disturb earth, cutting the trees. Also, cutting the mountains, hills, building homes. And then lot of factories emits the carbon dioxide, burning lot of fossils. All this results into pollution. And then when we breathe the polluted air, what happens? We get the diseases. So these are the common diseases. due to the Mother Earth imbalance. And this is also related to the chakras, some of them you have attended the chakra session, where imbalance in our earth element, there is a weight gain or weight loss, high cholesterol level because our adrenal glands are disturbed, bones, muscles, generally, and we feel weak when our water element is imbalanced. Our blood, there is not enough blood can flow, or there gets a blood thinning, clotting, some of the sinus effects, cold, asthma, urinary problems. These are reproductive. All these are because of the water element. And actually, these are also the locations of our chakras, if you remember that previously, which we will talk about a little bit later. But the earth is this is the Mooladhara's chakras. This is the Swadhisthana's chakras. This is the fire chakra. This is the Manipura chakra. This disturbs the energy of the flow. Our adrenal gland, again, it's a diabetes. And many mental illnesses come from there. And then air element, it is the imbalance of nervous system, blood pressure, heart problems. And this is also the heart chakra, which we are talking about. Lung problems, all these central bodies disorders. And then also pains and depressions, and then space elements. Like it's our thymus gland is affected with our throat chakra. And also our sixth chakra and seventh chakra, the pineal and gland and pituitary glands, all are affected. And it results into a speech disorders. And all these, wherever these chakras are, these ears related to thyroids, throat problems, mental diseases, epilepsy, what are all these diseases are due to the imbalance of these elements. And what does Bhagavad Gita helps us? Now we come to the solution. What can we do? And we are blessed because it teaches us not only learn this, but it teaches us how to heal ourselves. And the key teachings is self-realization. Know your true self beyond the body. Means pay attention to the universe, nature. Stay equanimity, maintain the balance, and do not run away from your prescribed duties. Do your action without expecting the results. Karmanyavadika raste ma phaleshu kadachana. And then practice non-attachment to outcome while performing our daily task, which we have spoken for the 108 sessions. So how this is just a summary that how Bhagavad Gita teaches us love and compassion and gives us the wisdom who we are. So why balance these 5 elements? Again, it describes it. What are the benefits? It's a little bit redundancy what I just said, but the bottom line here is Bhagavad Gita says, Yukta har viharasya, yukta chetasya karmasu, yukta swapna bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. The one who is disciplined, moderating, and balancing his eating, recreation, working, sleeping, and walking for him. Yoga destroys all of his pains and miseries. The secret is to have a balanced life. Balance. And here in the center is the equanimity of the mind. So in other words, it benefit what we get out of it. We get healthy body, feel happiness and peaceful and harmony with Mother Nature, with Prakriti. So it promotes the physical health, mental clarity, and connects us to the supreme power and help us to know bring us self-awareness and connect us who we are. I am no different than Supreme Power. I am Brahma, Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. And then, of course, global harmony with us and the universe, because when we are peaceful, we spread that peacefulness. It automatically goes to our environment, our family members, our society, and then the whole universe. So it contributes to the whole universe. So how important the balance of these elements are. But how to balance this? How to connect body, mind, and soul? And again, physical practices which we have discussed previously, yoga, diet. And sometimes, when we are upset something, I put it specifically writing the journal. Sometimes writing helps rather than speaking to others, etc. And whatever our hobby is, we should get into that one. And meditation, but I say be careful when we are upset. We must not do the meditation at that time because it might lead to the depression. So, but we have to be first do yoga, pranayam, then go to meditation. There are Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, which talks about all those. But meditation is after following our yamas, niyamas, asanas, pranayam, dhyana. Then the dhyana comes. We are ready for it. And then once we do the dhyana, then dharana comes. And dharana, sometimes it is reversed. First we do dharana and then dharana. Dharana means bring equanimity. Dharana means sometimes we say dharana laga ke baith gaye, dharan kar aise baith gaye aram se. That is also a part of the simple sitting, doing nothing is also a part of yoga. And so the key concept is here. And I put that here. Yoga and Ayurveda. I put the Ayurveda specifically, and these elements for health and longevity, a balanced body and environment. Because in Bhagavad Gita, it teaches us how to balance our tamasic, rajasic, sattvic nature. And in Ayurveda, focuses so much on that, also on the chakras and also on the panchakarmas, balancing these 5 tattvas. They do panchakarma. So for all well-being, these practices, I put it here, they balance the universe and how we meditate on these 5 tattvas. So this is a summary of the practices. Surya Namaskar, sun salute is the best yoga. Eating proper diet, massages, and also some of the other techniques people use it like acupressure, acupuncture, etc. But pranayam, asanas, pranayam, and meditation is very, very important here. And then I put the chakras because chakras directly correlate to the 5 tattvas. So I just put a summary here just to go over with this one, that these are the elements. What are the practices? And actually there are verses from Bhagavad Gita as well. So the earth practices, we should do the grounding, sitting, exercises, eat proper diet, and do the yoga. Certain postures are there while sitting. So what it does, if it is an imbalance, there are the 4 doshas, these are the doshas in our body, kapha, pitta, vata. So it balances our kapha over there. And then it relates to the root chakra, as I mentioned before, our root chakra, Muladhara chakra. It balances with these exercises. So it all relates to it. And Bhagavad Gita then says, it says, do your best and let go. Karmanya vadika raste. Perform your duty, but never to its fruits. And then water. What kind of practices we should do to balance the water element in our body? Hydration, drink enough water. Also, swimming, dancing, moving, and pranayama. And it also balances the kapha, and it relates to our Swadhisthana chakra, which is the second chakra, where I put the number of petals also, you might, just to refresh your memory, which we have done 7 sessions on that one. And then Agni, fire, balanced diet, not eating too much hard food, Surya Namaskar, sun salute, and then pranayama. And in Gita it says, here, I am the fire of digestion in the bodies of all living entities. Here is a verse 10, but to me, my favorite one is Aham Veshva Naro Bhutva Praninam Deha Mashitra Prana Prana Samayukta Pacha Manyam Chaturvidham. Because I am that fire which digests all kind of 5 different foods in your body. And it balances the pitta. And also relates to our Manipura chakra, which is also known as solar plexus. See how it relates to solar plexus, the sun salute, Agni, Tej, Pitta, it's all, see how all relates to so well. And then air, deep breathing, yoga, mindful communication. Sometimes we speak without thinking, and we have to really pay attention to it, how we speak, what we say. And in Bhagavad Gita here it says, one who controls over the mind, senses, and action is the true yogi. So in order to become the yogi, we have to control all these. And that controls our vata, which usually comes at the old age quite a bit. After 60-year-old, our vata gets very, that's where we feel the heart burns, and so vata is elevated. And then space, meditation, mindfulness, these practices are required. And here it says, I am self, O Arjuna, seated in the heart of all. Aham Veshva Naro Bhutva Praninam Dehmachara. There's another verse in Bhagavad Gita, and here it says in verse 10 as well. It controls our vata as well, and our Vishuddhi chakra, our throat chakra, also our 6th chakra and the 7th chakra. So we don't need to talk about the chakras anymore, because how it balances. Chakras are the energy centers in the body that regulates physical, emotions, and spiritual well-being, which we already spoke about it. And then Ayurveda, how the Ayurveda does, which we already spoke about as well on that part. So what is a call to action? To restore the balance, we must take action. And why? Because evam pravartitam chakram nanu vertita ya. If you remember this verse, we use it in one of the 108 sessions. He who does not follow the wheel of creation set up going in this world according to our scriptures, that person is sinful, and he lives in pains, and he wastes his life. So to restore balance, we must take action. Conserve resources. Now we are talking about the mother nature. Reduce pollution. Practice organic living rather than artificial living. Implement policies to reduce climate changes. There are many policies. So protect nature, ecosystem. We should actively participate in that one and pay attention to it. And actually in Bhagavad Gita, it is known Vayu Devta. And all these elements, Dharti Ma, Surya Bhagwan, Teja, Agni, all these are considered to be our Devi Devtas. We worship them. So we should definitely take care of them. Varun Devta. So we have to live in awareness, but we promote collective action to secure the harmonious future for all beings, because if we do not take care of this, then what would happen? The global warming, as I mentioned, all these natural disasters are the result of all this climate change, all this imbalance of these five tattvas. And not only outside, but within our bodies. So our health is disturbed, our environment is disturbed, and we live in a very difficult, very challenging environment and face a lot of difficulties and diseases. So in summary, the importance of balancing in life, to have a healthy life, through meditation, yogas, pranayam, chakra healing, study Bhagavad Gita, bring more self-awareness, practice more self-healing. And main thing, we must have our goal to live in self-awareness, self-healing, and ultimately self-realization. I am Chit Ananda. So balancing the element in the body and the nature is not just a physical practice, but a spiritual and mental one. It is the key to health and the well-being of the universe in creating holistic health, peace, and harmony within and in the universe. And this is called as Vasudev Kutumbakam. This is where our Sanatan Dharma is based upon Vasudev's Kutumbakam. And this is what the Vasudev Kutumbakam is, the connection between us and the nature and take care of all. So Bhagavad Gita, path to Anandam. To me, that is a path to Anandam. And I wouldn't go into whole, but I will just simply read that it is a royal road to the liberation, art of righteous living. It is the spiritual instruction manual, not only spiritual, but also in this non-spiritual, like how to live in this world. So it answers every question, because it's an ocean of life, ocean of wisdom, ocean of knowledge. And it's a divine company. Whenever we are lonely, we are not ever lonely. हम कभी अकेले नहीं होते हैं. Gita, when we read Gita, we go into different world and we get connected to our inner being. So this is a Atma Darshani. It gives the darshan who we are, because it is the universal mother. It takes us in her lap. And it teaches us how to build our character, how to become a better and better human being. And how to transform ourselves, go from tamasic, rajasic, sattvic, how to purify ourselves, because it's a Jagat Guru. It is a mirror which shows what are the things we need to improve upon. And it is a light within us. So Gita offers us all, and it is for all. It is not just because of Hindus or Indians, but it is for all, because it offers to every human being to live in, guide them to live in happy, healthy, and peaceful life. So our commitment to follow Krishna's message spread his message and become not just a talking Gita, but walking, working, become a instrumental example. That's what Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita. Become an example. Like Janak, Mahatma Gandhi. See, I always put Carter's name, former President Carter's, because I don't know, I liked him so much, though he did not run that country properly, but very good human being. As a human being, I respect him a lot. And Martin Luther King, and there are many, many examples we can take, whoever we like to. But let's all set the goal of life by practicing and move, just a living in the Kurukshetra. In other words, just doing the action, but do action. Convert every action into Dharma Kshetra. Convert every action with love and compassion. Do it with love and compassion for benefit of all. And that becomes the Dharma Kshetra. So live in love, peace, and Anandam. Attain the supreme goal of our life. Who am I? Chit Ananda. So our sankalpa is commitment to practice, practice, practice. And I just put it this one. This is in Kurukshetra, where Bhagwan Ji gave his own Bhagavad Gita's discourse, Upadesh, right here in the field of Kurukshetra. That's where you can see it. So thank you very much, and happy Gita Jayanti to all of you. Have a happy, healthy, and peaceful life. And balance and experience the harmony within by balancing our 5 elements within us through and practicing all those techniques, the spiritual practices, and also the daily materialistic practices, and pay attention to what we do. So live in awareness. So thank you very much for joining.